Hi there, business owner. Do you want a better understanding of business finance, what your numbers actually mean, and stories of the highs and lows of business, where I'll be sharing my tips and tricks every week? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to the 3Bs podcast with Stephanie.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the 3Bs podcast. As always, I'm your host Stephanie, and this morning we've had some breaking news which has made me pull the episode that should have gone out this morning and put this one in its place, because I think it's really important to support business owners as the news is breaking while everything is up in the air, to give them a bit more peace of mind and understanding on what the headlines mean in the media. So this morning, 15th of February 2024, it has been announced that the UK has officially entered a recession. Now, recession is a word that strikes fear into the hearts of business owners everywhere. So I really want to take the opportunity to hopefully ease your minds and explain why in these times of economic uncertainty, businesses need bookkeepers more than ever before. So if you don't currently have a bookkeeper in your business, or you're not happy with the service being provided by your current bookkeeper, do get in touch with us. I've put our email address in the show notes alongside our website address, which has a contact us box form that you can fill in and get in touch and ask us that way. We are more than happy to help, even if it's just a question. We want to support business owners as much as we can. I hope this episode will also bring a bit of clarity and ease your mind if you are worrying about the word recession or what that may mean for your business. And without further ado, on with the episode. So let's get into this by first explaining the definition of a recession. A recession is the definition used when there's two consecutive 3-month periods, or sometimes you'll hear them called quarters, where the economy shrinks rather than it grows. So the way that the economy is measured is they use GDP, which is also known as gross domestic product. And the last quarter, the economy shrunk by 0.3%, and that's October to December 2023. This data is from the ONS, so the Office for National Statistics, which you can go and look at if you ever want to investigate further the economy growth or shrinkage, as it may be. It was expected to be a 0.1% contraction rather than a 0.3%, because there was a 0.1% negative economic growth in the 3 months prior, so July to September 2023. The data is an estimate. It's always an estimate, and it may be revised and updated as more information becomes available. But because there was a 0.1% shrinkage in July to September quarter, and then a 0.3% shrinkage in the October to December 2023 quarter, that means that the UK has officially entered a recession. Unlike the global financial crash of 2008, which is where a lot of people's mind goes to when they hear the word recession, this one is expected to be mild and short-lived. The positives of this is that the Bank of England may bring down interest rates sooner and reduce the cost of borrowing, which I think for a lot of business owners would be much more settling for them and would make making business decisions a lot easier, and would be one less challenge that they would need to overcome in order to grow their business. And with the economy shrinking and with the word recession being thrown around in the headlines and in the media, it is very common for business owners to panic and become worried and start to look to cut costs. And I understand that thought process as a business owner myself. I often see, though, however, more often than not, business owners will cut their nose off to spite their face. In effect, they will stop paying for a service, they will reduce a subscription right now to improve cash flow, but that's actually going to harm the business further down the line. And bookkeeping is really one of those services, and bookkeepers are needed now more than ever, whenever economic uncertainty or economic challenges appear nationally, globally, or in the individual business. Bookkeepers are going to be the key to unlocking that data and helping the business get through those challenges or those uncertainties. Some of the reasons that bookkeepers are crucial more now than ever to your business is, number one, financial stability assessment. They assess and maintain your financial records. They are able to see any financial issues. They're able to see how stable those foundations are. And those firm foundations in your business are what are going to get you through those tough times, those challenges, and that economic uncertainty, whether at a business, a national, or a global level. They help to keep the current financial health understood by the businesses and the business owners. They can also identify any potential risks and establish strategies to navigate through the recession without harming the business further down the line. Number 2 is cost management and budgeting. So your bookkeepers, if they're not already, can assist in creating and monitoring budgets, and that efficient cost management is imperative during a recession, as it is with any business. But rather than cutting costs without the information, having those budgets that are monitored by your bookkeepers and analysed with yourselves, they can identify areas for cost reduction that won't harm the business and ensure that any resources you have within the business are allocated wisely to maximise efficiency and productivity within your business. Which leads nicely into my third reason, cash flow management. Cash is king. There is a saying that turnover is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash is king. And it has never been more accurate than in times of a recession or economic uncertainty within your business. The cash flow is the lifeblood of your business, and if bookkeepers are monitoring your cash flows for you, facilitating timely payments, managing your receivables, so they could be calling your debtors to ensure that you are paid on time, they could be making sure that terms are put in with your suppliers. Maybe you don't currently have terms, and they can work with you and the supplier to put in 30-day end of month payment terms, for example. It's going to ensure the business has sufficient liquidity at any time to withstand the economic challenges that a recession or any other uncertainty may provide or you may come across. Now, this may seem really obvious, but in times of economic downturn and recession, the compliance a business has to complete does not change. The VAT returns still need to be submitted every quarter, the payroll still needs to be run, and the corporation tax returns and annual accounts and tax still needs to be paid and submitted to Companies House and the HMRC. But where bookkeepers really come into their own is that they make sure that they are on top of any regulatory changes or evolving tax laws. If you think back to COVID in the pandemic, the announcements were coming out almost daily, the rules were changing constantly. I remember reading hundreds and hundreds of pages of legislation to understand the furlough scheme in full, to be able to advise my clients on who could claim what they could work, what they couldn't work, and all the ins and outs are revolving around that new regulation. It's equally as important to have the bookkeeper when the tax laws and regulations change back or return back if they're a temporary measure. Bookkeepers can also identify opportunities for tax optimization, grants. In the hospitality industry, there was extra grants, there was grants depending on where you lived, there was bounce back loans, and all of these things bookkeepers understand, and because they know your business intimately, they can advise you on the best options available for tax optimization, helping you to retain more of your earnings within your business and reducing the stress of not understanding all the changes in law and regulations. And the fifth reason why a bookkeeper is more important than ever in your business right now is that they can provide valuable insights that unlock the heart of the business. They empower business owners to make more informed decisions that are more strategic, that are not only going to support the business right now during the recession, but guiding them towards their financial goals further down the line, as well as ensuring that they are sustainable long term. Bookkeepers work with you. They know the ins and outs of your business. They can really offer that support unique to you. Whilst looking after a range of businesses, they can use their knowledge and expertise across industries or across other businesses that they work with to sometimes make you feel like you're not alone. We often take tools and softwares and strategies that we find really work in one business and apply them to a business that is completely unrelated, but we get fantastic results. And having that broad knowledge in a recession, as well as when things are going well, is really valuable to any business owner. So to sum up, that's only some of the reasons why a bookkeeper is vital in your business during a recession as well as long term. And that is because they can navigate the financial complexities, they can help you to manage resources more effectively and make more informed decisions that contribute to overall resilience and survival of your business through either economic challenges or just challenges in the business itself. And bookkeepers work very closely with business owners, so they get to understand the ins and outs of the business. And I think that helps them to provide more support and a more specific support to that specific business owner in their specific business. If you currently have a bookkeeper who is not providing cash flow, for example, or managing your receivables and your credit control process, do speak to them, because it may be that they're not providing the service for you right now, but they can. If you don't currently have those, or your bookkeeper cannot provide those services for us, as I said, do get in touch with us at ABCS UK. We work really closely with businesses of all sizes in the UK. We work from startups up to multi-million pound companies, limited companies and sole traders, and we are more than happy to support you through the recession and beyond. You grow with us and we grow with you, and that is how we've built our business. And I understand that's unique to most in the industry, but that's what makes us great, because we are special. I really hope this impromptu podcast episode is helpful and brings you some clarity and comfort as the UK has announced it's entered a recession. If you've got any questions, you know where we are. If not, I'll see you next week for the next episode. Are you really nosy and want to see inside my business and how it works? Do you want to learn how to debrief after a big project or a really busy season in your business? On the 27th of February at 12 noon, I will be hosting a free webinar with our debrief process after the January tax return season. We're going to go through what really worked for us, what mistakes we made, and what we're going to apply into the 23-24 tax year season. You can join us at abcsuk.com/tax year debrief. You can sign up there and be sent the Zoom link. If you have any issues, you can find us on social media, but I really hope to see you there.
And that brings us to the end of another week of the 3Bs podcast with Stephanie. Thank you so much for listening. I'd really appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, rate and review this podcast wherever you are listening to it, so that I can reach more business owners and help them build better businesses. See you next week for the next episode.